What's up, guys? Shockwave640 here, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Energon Grimlock. This is the re-release that came with the Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Grimlock. This is the 2-pack that was a Target exclusive. I did get this because I thought that this was a neat-looking Grimlock, and I actually only got the set for this Grimlock. I have mixed feelings about this thing. I know there was lots of bad things said about this, and Swoop, I think who he originally was supposed to come with, and they made like some kind of combiner thing, and I think they tried calling him Dino King or something like that. It was crap. Nobody liked it. I don't have Swoop. I kind of wish I did, just because of that feature. It would have been nice. But I do have Grimlock, and I guess Grimlock's the one that everybody really wants to see anyways, unless you're one of those guys that just happens to like Swoop over Grimlock, and that is perfectly fine as well. But, so here is Grimlock, of course, and before we do anything, let's take a look at some size comparisons, okay? So here we have the high-grade Gundam RX-78-2 Revive, and so there's that. Here we have the Disney Infinity 3.0 Kylo Ren figurine. So there we have that. Kylo Ren's pretty small figurine to begin with, so and Grimlock's probably about like a large deluxe size. And speaking of deluxes that are large, here is the Combiner War Sunstreaker, which I know I keep on saying I hate it, but I don't want to keep doing the same size comparisons over and over. So there's Sunstreaker. He will get a review eventually during like some voting. Maybe he'll get a review done. I don't know. Combiner Wars Shockwave as usual. So there's that. I think that this scale works almost... Yeah, I think that the scale works, actually. I think Shockwave and Grimlock are about that size when Grimlock's in dinosaur mode. And here we have the Funko... here we have the Funko Five Nights at Freddy's Freddy Fazbear figurine that I actually just recently saw. And so this guy will be getting a review. For this episode, I'm not going to be doing a voting thing. I actually want to show you guys him on the next review. So tomorrow I will be reviewing this guy. It's an amazing piece. This guy is fantastic. I love this thing. I'm so glad they made little figurines for these Five Nights at Freddy's guys. So yeah, that will be tomorrow. So I'll do a voting thing. Well, actually, no, not tomorrow because today's Friday. I'll do him on Monday. How about that? Sorry, I was losing track of the days. Also, sorry I missed yesterday's review. I was really busy. I didn't get home until 9:30 last night, and I usually like to keep my reviews around 6-ish, so I was not able to record anything. But here he is, Grimlock, and Grimlock was the one that won the voting for on Wednesday, I think it was. So, let's take a look at some of the details. He does have painted in teeth, as you can see there. His mouth does not open all that wide. It only opens that wide. It opens at different widths depending on where you have the head. If you have the head right there, it'll open up the widest, kind of like he's yelling into the air. But the more you make his head look up, the more you can see the combined mode head, so that's kind of strange. The head can look way down, and then it open and close, kind of, not really. I'm not too big of a fan of this Grimlock head sculpt. It's a nice head sculpt, but it just doesn't scream Grimlock for me. It has nice red eyes and a nice, like, glittery finish into the plastic, though. It does have a completely different yellow right here in the neck, which is not as bad in real life. Or if you actually hold this figure, the dinosaur arms are on just one hinge right here, so he can make those go up and down. He can like scratch his face. These, of course, are his arms. It's not like these weird flag-looking things right there. They can go forward and backward. You can also shift them forward and back for transformation. They can go out on this pointless ratchet right here. That's really tight. They have a swivel there, and they have the transformation swivel there, and then he does have a knee bend. As he has his little foot spikes, or foot claws that can move around. Those can pivot back and forth. I actually really don't know how you're supposed to orientate these claws. I just make him stand on them like this, kind of like a high heel. That's the best way I can get it so that his dinosaur mode looks the best. Coming here to the back, you can see some green and some red, of course in true G1 fashion. And then some more blue and some more red and white, according to G1 fashion. And then you can see his legs, of course, are just right there. And then a nice Autobot logo right there. So yeah, it's an okay figure. It's not the best Grimlock I've ever seen by far, but I still think that this guy's kind of cool. I kind of like him. But so let's get to transformation. So to transform him, you just want to tuck his head down, and you want to fold the dinosaur arms up. And then you want to come and shift these arms up like so. And shift this one up. They don't lock in, so be careful, because whenever you're bending the arm, As you can see, it just kind of rotates and does whatever the heck it wants to. So you need to kind of make sure that you keep those up. I kind of bring the arms out a click. That's usually what I do. Rotate them at that joint, and then you rotate them to the side. And then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to flip these two claws back like so, and using that slider, pull out the fist, and boom, there you go. I wish that this went back further, but it doesn't. But I found out that there's like a perfectly snug spot for it to go straight forward. So I like to kind of use them as like a Wolverine style claw. So that's what I do for my method of transformation. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Pop that out, rotate it. This is a little bit loose, a little bit more loose on mine, and then this one's a little bit more tight. So bring that out, close that, bring that one up if you so choose, and there you have Grimlock with his arms done. And then you want to come back here and you want to untab the tail. Uses those two clips and goes right into those big holes right there. And on these heavy ratchets, before you do that, you actually want to come to the tip of the tail and split it in true G1 fashion. And then you want to unclip them and fold them to the sides, just like so. And then you just come here and you fold all of this down like so. Kind of make sure you want to have him leaning forward a little bit because he will fall over. Untab his legs like so. Get his legs separated because he's not going to stand if his legs are close together. Come to the back here and then grab these yellow bits and bring them down. And these are his heel spurs. I wish that these things were on little ratchets maybe, because then he'd actually be able to stand. He doesn't like to stand all that well, but he's just doing it now because the camera's on. Usually he doesn't want to stand all that well. So making sure both of his arms are shifted up. This one's not. There we go. And then we just want to grab his dinosaur head, pop it up, and then you can see the actual Grimlock head, which we'll take a look at in a second. You pop it up, it just clips with these two clips right there into the top ports right there. You want to flip Grimlock around, separate this back section, make sure that his body stays together, and then you just bring this down on this double hinge it has going on and accordion it so that it tucks in and makes a big backpack. And there you have Grimlock in robot mode. And see how he said he's going to start falling over? Just kind of want to get him situated just right and he will stand. There we go. So there you have Grimlock in his robot mode, and I don't know, this is kind of a weird looking robot mode to me. I mean, his proportions are strange. I don't really care for this Grimlock all that much in his robot mode. He does look good, but it's just not my taste. You can see his face there, very Grimlock looking. Articulation, the head is on a swivel so you can rotate it all the way around. And oh yes, keep in mind this is a very old figure. Not my old. I don't mean that he's old for me. He's actually a pretty recent figure that I got. I mean to say that this mold, it's old. I mean, you can tell that it's old just by looking at the hands. I mean, those aren't even hands. They're just blocks with lines on them. They look like mittens. But so yeah, he's not the greatest looking toy in the world. I mean, he's obviously got lots of issues and hollowness, but I mean, come on, look at Combiner Wars. Since when does new Transformer... Look at Combiner Wars and Titans Rise. Since when do they not have lots of hollow going on? I mean, Hasbro's been lazy, and they're just going to continue to be lazy. That's how you save money. But continuing with the articulation, the same thing in the arms. You have the rotation there. You have that thing that slides up and down. You have this pointless ratchets right here. You have the bend at the elbow. You have rotation there for transformation. Rotation there just because. And then you can kind of wiggle these little spikes all you want. The legs are on ball joints, so you can kind of get them going forward and back and side to side. You have the ratcheted knee, which I don't recommend using. And then that's really it. Also, he's extremely kibbly. I mean, you see his claws hanging out, but that's normal G1 fashion. The tail tip hanging out the side, also typical G1 fashion. And he's just got this giant block of dinosaur head. You can kind of rotate these up. Oh wait, here. This is how the head is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like that. Sorry about that. You can put the dinosaur arms up in typical G1 fashion, but it does make him a little bit more back heavy. I just like to fold the entire thing up like that, and then I like to kind of close these a little bit to hold it in place, and then you have the arms actually sticking up like they're supposed to be, but the hinges on mine are a little bit weak and they don't like to cooperate with that. But getting into the combined mode, he does make the upper body. You just want to grab this, clip it back on, grab the dinosaur head, basically just grab it and just shift it forward like so, is get the head right here. And then straighten it out, I think is what you're supposed to do. And I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I can't remember how. I think that... I don't know. I think it goes like this, and then you fold these up. And you're supposed to split them in half. And then you just basically flip that section up, and then you clip that section onto swoop, and then this is the combined mode, and then like basically you rearrange all this stuff and make arms and legs, or make the arms out of it. It's not good in any way. I mean, it doesn't look cool. You can just look up a picture of it. Just look up Energon, Grimlock, and Swoop combined mode, and you'll pretty much find it if you look that up on Google or whatever you look thing up on. So I don't recommend the combined mode. The combined mode's kind of goofy, but oh well. What are you gonna do? So accessory-wise, if you'll stand, I'm just gonna have to hold him up. Accessory-wise, he does come with a sword. I don't know if the original one came with this exact sword, but this is the sword that he came with, and he can hold it pretty well. This is a standard sword for other like deluxe scale Transformers, so other deluxes can use this. I like to use this with my Fall of Cybertron Optimus just because, but it's a nice looking sword. I mean, it's got nice details all throughout, and it's got the kind of like shiny metallic texture to it. So guys, this was Transformers Energon Grimlock. I believe it's Energon Grimlock. I'm not sure if it's Energon Grimlock or if it's Cybertron Grimlock. I haven't watched those shows in many years, but it is one of the two. So that's who this figure was. Somebody told me in the comment section that this guy was pretty rare. I honestly don't know what that's all about. I didn't look into it because I don't really care. It's just Grimlock, but I do like Grimlock. Grimlock is cool. He's an awesome Dinobot, and also Grimlock is king. So I am Shockwave640, and thanks for watching my little Logicon. So tell me what you guys think. I think he's great. So I will be seeing you later. And like I said, the next review will be of Freddy Fazbear over here. So please stay tuned for that, and I'll be seeing you later. Bye.